And this next part, or this next factor is a factor that I'm particularly interested in, because it has to do with inadequacies or insufficiencies, when your brain is not getting enough of what it needs to function. Yes, we talked about inactivity yesterday, but this one we're talking about actual things that your body should be getting, including nutrients, including sunlight, including sleep. Okay, yes, that's not an actual substance, but sleep is super important. So I didn't know where else to put it. So sleep is one of it actually should be a topic on its own, but I couldn't think of anything that starts with the letter I. And I didn't want to go past 12. So just bear with me on this one. So sleep is one that needs to be addressed a lot. And I mentioned sunlight because of vitamin D. Vitamin D is particularly important for brain development and the protection of brain cells as they develop and even into old age. Vitamin D is super important. Some say it's the most important nutrient for the hippocampus. And think about this. People that look like me or darker or even less as dark tend to have very low levels of vitamin D compared to the average population, especially during the winter period where the sun isn't out like it should, and when people obviously are not out sunbathing. Not that we black people sunbathe a lot. That's another topic for another time. But quite frankly, we're deficient in vitamin D. We're deficient in other nutrients as well, both black and white people. Another nutrient that's extremely important for brain function is zinc. Another one is magnesium. Another one, shock, is potassium, which is extremely important for brain function. Another one is vitamin K2. There's a whole slew of nutrients that we should be getting in ample amounts that we simply aren't getting. And because we're not getting these things over time, and that's why it takes decades for things like dementia to happen over time. It's kind of like driving with a spare tire, those little donuts that are now so-called spare tires, and are not real spare tires. I mean, they're just meant to drive, just meant to take you until you get your tire fixed and it can replace it. So those donuts are not meant to be your full-time spare tires. And so over time, if you keep on using that spare tire, you actually could cause damage to the car because of some imbalance and it's just not meant to be on for that long, right? In the same way, we're running pretty much on fumes in some cases. We're not, because our brains simply aren't getting what the things they must have to function. They are trying to manage. They're trying to patch here, take a little here, steer up from Peter to pay Paul, and vice versa, just to get along. And this is not serving the brain. And after a while, it begins to buckle. So it's important that we are aware of these top nutrients. I have about 10 of them that I really, really highlight, especially for we black people, that the body that you need to be taken. If you're not getting it in your diet, and you most likely are not getting it, then you have to supplement. I just can't think of any other way to say it. I know some doctors, or many doctors, are very against supplementation, and in some cases it's with good reason, because the whole industry has been abused. The whole concept has been abused by charlatans. I can't think of another word to put there, but people have just taken advantage and just kind of sold a lot of junk and given the industry a bad name. But I got to tell you, if you're not getting your nutrients, the nutrients you need, that your brain needs in your food, then you must look elsewhere. And one of the places you have to look to are your brain, supplements, especially for things like vitamin D and zinc and magnesium. Anyway, you get the picture. So please pay attention to that. Again, this is in Dementia's Dirty Dozen. Now stay tuned for the next batch or the next factor in the series. So if you like this video on the Dementia's Dirty Dozen, please click on the link below. And don't forget to click on the like button and the subscribe button and also the bell button so you'll be notified of future videos. Thanks.